headlines of this hour on VTV News. Prime Minister chairs the government's monthly meeting. And Vietnam Military History Museum hosts arts exchange program. In our world news, South Korean president apologizes for imposing martial law.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good afternoon. It is 3 p.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huyen Trân with the top stories. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính chaired the government's monthly meeting for November on Saturday. Officials reviewed the country's socio-economic recovery, noting growth across all sectors, particularly in manufacturing. The Purchasing Managers Index PMI reached nearly 51 points, while inflation stayed well controlled and exports increased by 14.4%, resulting in a trade surplus of over $24 billion. Government revenues exceeded projections by 106%, marking a 16% increase. The Prime Minister commended the efforts of ministries, sectors, and localities while addressing challenges and outlining 3 key lessons for progress. He emphasized the importance of meeting all 15 annual targets and building a foundation for 2025, presenting 11 strategic priorities. And these priorities include implementing Resolution 18, streamlining ministries and agencies to reduce administrative bodies by at least 15%, and developing high-growth sectors such as semiconductor chips and cloud computing. He also stressed the need for market stabilization measures and ensuring access to essential goods and services. Additionally, the Ministry of Public Security received instruction to investigate land auction violations and market manipulation. Now, during his official visit to Japan, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn met with representatives from the Vietnamese community in Nagasaki Prefecture and Vietnamese consulate staff in Fukuoka Prefecture on Friday morning. In his remarks, the National Assembly Chairman praised the Vietnamese community's contributions in Fukuoka and throughout Japan, emphasizing the importance of unity, legal compliance, and community development. He outlined the Vietnamese government's initiatives to support overseas Vietnamese through various legal frameworks, including the land law, civil code, and visa exemption policies. These measures are designed to help second and third generation Vietnamese return to Vietnam for living, working, and business opportunities. The top lawmaker also praised the Vietnamese consulate in Fukuoka Prefecture for its achievements and encouraged its staff to persevere through challenges while serving both state and community effectively. A strong cold front moving southward is bringing cold air and rain to northern regions, while also affecting central Vietnam, south-central highlands, and the southeastern region. The forecast warns of thunderstorms with possible tornadoes, lightning, and gusty winds in these areas. Rainfall may exceed 70 millimeters in some places, potentially causing localized flooding and landslides, particularly in mountainous areas. And at sea, the northern East Sea, including the Hoàng Sa or Paracel Islands, will experience northeastern winds of levels 6 to 7, with gusts reaching levels 8 to 9. Waves may rise to 3 to 5 meters, creating rough conditions. And from Saturday afternoon and evening, strong winds of level 6 with gusts of 7 to 8 and rough seas will affect the Gulf of Tonkin, sea areas from Quảng Trị to Cà Mau, and both the central and southwestern parts of the East Sea. These conditions create significant risks for vessels operating in these waters. Adult measles hospitalization at the Tropical Disease Hospital of Ho Chi Minh City have been steadily rising in recent weeks. And alarmingly, many people are still unaware of the serious risk associated with the disease. Now let's take a closer look at the situation in the following story.
This pregnant woman contracted measles at 26 weeks. Though she sought medical attention promptly, doctor discovered she had pneumonia that rapidly progressed to respiratory failure. She required intubation and ventilator support at the Tropical Diseases Hospital of Ho Chi Minh City.
The doctor said it was severe. It had affected her lungs, and she couldn't breathe.
Previously, the hospital's internal medicine department treated 2 pregnant women with measles, one at 10 to 12 weeks and the other at 26 weeks. Tragically, one patient miscarried and the other delivered prematurely, with neither baby surviving. The hospital is also treating numerous other adults who are in serious condition due to measles.
I've never had the measles vaccine. I have eye pain, a rash on my face, cough, shortness of breath, and diarrhea. Measles in adults is very dangerous, just like it is for children, although the symptoms might not be as severe. The complications from measles can affect the respiratory system, ears, nose, throat, nervous system, and digestive system, and can even lead to death.
The Tropical Diseases Hospital of Ho Chi Minh City reports that alongside rising pediatric measles cases, they began treating adult patients since June 2024. The numbers have increased steadily, reaching a peak of 188 adult cases in November.
Now, by the end of November, Vietnam had attracted nearly $31.4 billion in foreign direct investment, or FDI, comprising new registrations, adjustments, and capital contributions from foreign investors. Now, according to the Foreign Investment Department under the Ministry of Planning and Investment, foreign investors have invested in 18 different economic sectors. Processing and manufacturing industries lead the way, securing more than $20 billion, over 64% of the total registered investment. The real estate sector follows, along with wholesale and retail industries, and electricity generation and distribution. The Foreign Investment Department also notes that major projects in semiconductors, energy, and electronics manufacturing have experienced both new investments and capital expansions this year. Smart agriculture and green farming have become a key focus in the Central Highlands, drawing significant investor interest. The integration of advanced technology has reduced costs, improved environmental sustainability, and enhanced product quality, especially in regions with unique climates. These innovations are transforming Vietnam's agricultural industry into a high-value, sustainable sector.
Modern technology has greatly improved cold weather crop quality in Măng Đen, Con Plong district. The 3,200 square meter strawberry garden uses automated systems to manage plant care, fertilization, temperature, and lighting for optimal growth.
Through digital transformation, we remotely monitor, water, and fertilize crops to mitigate climate change impacts and enhance market competitiveness. This approach creates a unique advantage for temperate products such as strawberries, cherry tomatoes, and bell peppers, which are gaining popularity in cities like Da Nang and Ho Chi Minh City.
With prioritized investments in transport infrastructure and supportive policies, Con Plong district has secured over $3.9 million for high-tech agriculture. Other Central Highlands provinces are following suit, pursuing their own breakthroughs in high-value, sustainable farming.
We hope investors from the Central Highlands and across Vietnam will come and drive breakthroughs in high-tech agriculture. We must invest in deep processing to create multiple value streams so that farmers and businesses can all benefit with stricter state management.
The adoption of high-tech agriculture has transformed farming in remarkable ways. As demonstrated in Măng Đen, advanced technology has not only tripled the productivity and quality of fruits and vegetables, but also significantly increased their market value.
With over a 14% increase over the past 11 months, export activities have remained a critical driver of economic growth, contributing to a trade surplus exceeding $24 billion. This achievement highlights the growing value of made-in-Vietnam products in the global market.
Bamboo and wood products have met the stringent environmental standards of key markets, including the US and Europe. It is thanks to denaturation technology. This process alters physical properties of bamboo and wood in sustainable and eco-friendly ways through advanced technological boilers. This innovation is expected to earn millions USD from activated carbon and carbon credit sales.
We anticipate selling carbon credits in 2025 with an estimated value of up to $11 million. Our profile has already been listed in the U.S. Carbon Credit Certification Agency VERA office and is under review for approval.
Now, with this technology, scientists estimate their value could increase by 20 times. This is seen as a transformation for the region.
Vietnam's trade surplus of over $24 billion this year has been largely driven by processing and manufacturing, which account for 2/3 of total export turnover. This underscores significant advancements in the quality, technology, and value of Vietnamese products.
For the first time, domestic enterprises have contributed a higher export turnover than foreign invested companies. It reflects a strong recovery in the domestic manufacturing sector.
Vietnam's current trading turnover has surpassed the $715 billion mark. The expectations show that the trading turnover can reach $800 billion by year's end. Enhanced production capabilities and a higher proportion of green and environmentally friendly materials are paving the way to global markets.
Coming up next on VTV News. Vietnam Military History Museum hosts art exchange program. And Hanoi strives to preserve craft villages through tourism. Welcome back to VTV News. The art exchange program March of the Times was held at the Vietnam Military History Museum on Friday night. The event was co-organized by the General Department of Politics of the Vietnam People's Army and the Central Committee of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union. The program culminated in an award ceremony celebrating two major competitions, one commemorating the 80th anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary of the National Defense Day, and another marking the 80th anniversary of the General Political Department. This was the first time both contests were held nationwide, and over 6 months, the two contests attracted more than 1.3 million interactions, nearly 2 million online participants, and more than 7 million submissions from various groups, including military personnel, educators, students, officers, and religious figures. During the ceremony, the General Political Department also recognized 80 outstanding youth members and officials with certificates of merit for their exemplary youth activities from 2017 to 2024. Technology has revolutionized the way art and theater are presented. With digital tools, a house, a river, or even the open sky can tell a story in vivid detail. These groundbreaking innovations have become increasingly prominent in the performing arts.
The opening ceremony of the Ninh Binh 2024 festival unfolded like a historical epic film, using cutting-edge technology to bring key historical milestones and hidden stories of the ancient capital Hoa Lu to life. The stage utilized 3D mapping with 21 projectors to create dynamic scenes that rotated, lifted, and slid across the space. In a single setting, the show vividly portrayed the transitions between Vietnam's capitals, from Hualu to Thanglang and finally to Hue.
Synchronized technology is key to achieving precise effects, down to the second. Every digital component is synchronized to perform simultaneously. Technology allows even historical relics to become stages.
Since launching a year ago, the Essence of Confucianism night tourism program at the Temple of Literature has drawn large crowds. The Kue Van Kak, Stone Tablet Garden, and Thai Hawk houses are illuminated, creating a magical nighttime atmosphere.
I've visited the Temple of Literature many times, but always during the day. This is my first time coming at night, and with the visual and lighting technologies, it really feels unique and different.
The show blends tradition and modernity perfectly. From the moment you step in, the guide gives a thorough introduction.
When we began the project, we first had to learn and respect the space and the historic relics inside. For technologies like mapping, which requires projectors, we had to ensure the light, color, and temperature didn't interfere with the environment too much.
Shows like River Tells Stories, Once Upon a Gilded Old Capital, and Quintessence of Tonkin have been highly praised for successfully blending technology with art, giving audiences fresh perspectives and new ways to engage with traditional Vietnamese heritage.
The 2024 Chợ Lớn Food Story Culinary Fair officially kicked off on Friday night at Ho Chi Minh City's District 5 Culture Sports Center. The fair aims to establish District 5 as a culinary tourism destination in Ho Chi Minh City, drawing both locals and international visitors. Guests can savor various traditional Hoa dishes, including noodles, Theo, dumplings, and cakes, complemented by refreshing beverages such as tea, sweet soup, and herbal drinks. The event features hands-on cooking workshops where attendees can learn to prepare these dishes. And throughout the festival, visitors can join talk shows and seminars, both in person and online, focusing on food branding and tourism development. Following the success of its 2023 debut, the fair has expanded remarkably, boasting 75% more booths this year. And this growth showcases the area's rich culinary heritage, offering visitors a distinctive taste of both local and citywide flavors. Vạn Phúc Silk Village, Bát Tràng Pottery Village, and Quảng Phú Incense Village are among Hanoi's many craft villages that skillfully combine production with tourism, becoming appealing destinations for visitors. Hanoi currently boasts over 1,300 craft villages and traditional craft communities, with more than 300 officially recognized under national standards. These villages have adopted innovative approaches to enhance their product quality while attracting tourists.
La Khe Village in Ha Dong District, Hanoi, has a centuries-old tradition of silk weaving. Through the dedication of local artisans, the craft experienced a revival in 2002 despite the passage of time and societal changes. The village has now restored approximately 20 traditional patterns as it works to preserve and develop its rich heritage.
Beyond supporting our families, we strive to preserve and develop our village cultural heritage through our traditional weaving craft, which has earned recognition both domestically and internationally.
This fabric is skin-friendly with excellent ventilation and deodorizing properties. Being 100% silk, it drapes smoothly on the body without wrinkling.
Aside from preserving traditional values, craft villages in Hanoi also promote tourism development through their products. VTVgo Incense Village attracts tourists with colorful bundles of incense.
Very nice. This is a magical place. It's very different from our country, what we have in our country.
Tuong Village in Thanh Ngoai District, Hanoi, produces around 1,000 conical hats daily. The village also attracts tourists by offering hands-on experiences with these traditional products.
I've always had a great impression of this place and tried to come here to buy conical hats. This time, I saw many new and beautiful designs.
We've designed many new models, from very small conical hats of 2 to 3 centimeters to those about 2 to 3 meters, all to meet market demand.
Batchang has emerged as the most successful example of integrating craft villages with tourism, offering pottery-making experiences and other visitor activities. Collectively, Hanoi's craft villages generate an estimated annual revenue of over $787 million, with more than 20 villages each earning above $1.9 million yearly.
On Friday night, Dalat came alive with the vibrant flower and heritage street carnival. Dalat is now not only known as the City of Flowers, but has also become a hub of cultural diversity and festivities that captivate visitors.
The tranquil streets around Xuân Hương Lake burst into life, illuminated by stunning flower floats. Dancers in vibrant costumes moved to lively music, painting a colorful scene. Visitors stood with phones raised, eager to capture these unforgettable moments.
It feels like stepping into a modern-day fairy tale forest. This flower season and flower floats are truly impressive, bursting with vivid colors.
One of the highlights of the Dalat Flower Festival, the Flower and Heritage Street Carnival, infused the city with a lively and dynamic energy. The event created a welcoming space where visitors could interact with dancers and join in the celebration.
I think the parade is really nice. All the lights and the flowers and the people, they are all very nicely dressed up. Yeah, I really like it, especially now when it's dark with all the lights.
The Flower and Heritage Street Carnival serves as both a cultural celebration and a showcase of Dalat's dynamic spirit, where energetic music and dazzling lights create an atmosphere that draws visitors from across the globe.
Coming up next in our world news. South Korean president apologized for imposing a martial law. And multiple countries advise citizens to leave Syria. Now moving on to our world news, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol issued a public apology on live television Saturday, expressing regret for the concern and disruption caused by Tuesday night's December 3rd martial law declaration. President Yoon firmly stated there would never be another instance of martial law and pledged to accept all legal and political responsibility for the decision. Together with the ruling People Power Party, he is now working to restore political stability. The apology comes as the opposition Democratic Party, which holds a majority in the National Assembly, prepares to vote on a presidential impeachment bill. And should the bill receive 200 of 300 possible votes, President Yoon will face immediate suspension from office. China, the United States, Russia, and India have issued warnings to their citizens regarding the situation in Syria, where rebel forces continue to gain victories against President Bashar al-Assad's military. The U.S. State Department on Friday urged its citizens to leave Syria immediately while commercial transport remains available. On the same day, the Russian embassy in Syria called on its citizens to depart via commercial flights. India's Ministry of External Affairs issued a travel advisory warning Indian nationals against visiting Syria and urging those currently in the country to leave immediately. According to Reuters images, Kurdish fighters in Syria are patrolling Deir al-Zor, the third city to slip from President Bashar al-Assad control within a week. TikTok, a social media platform used by hundreds of millions worldwide, faces a potential complete ban in the United States. A U.S. federal appeals court on Friday upheld legislation that requires ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, to sell the platform to a U.S. company by January 19, 2025. If ByteDance fails to comply, TikTok will be removed from app stores, and U.S. internet service providers must cease supporting the platform. TikTok plans to appeal to the Supreme Court, but if unsuccessful, the ban would take effect just before President-elect Donald Trump assumes office. The U.S. government maintains that the ruling aims to protect national security, citing concerns that the app could be used to manipulate content or harvest data from U.S. users. Moscow's subway is famous not only as a convenient transportation system, but also as a vibrant underground world pulsing with urban culture. Today, subway stations across Moscow offer locals and tourists alike the chance to enjoy music, interact with artists, and watch painters create art in real time beneath the city streets.
6 historic Moscow subway station has opened their doors to artists as part of the Art in the Subway project, allowing them to create artwork live on site. Artists who register can freely choose their themes and techniques, with key focus on being artistic inspiration.
I am in the process of completing my work. I came to subway stations to create artworks and was delighted to have these new creative experiences and interact with people.
Usually at an opening, most people are friends or acquaintances, but here, there were strangers coming closer to see the paintings. It's fascinating to see their reactions and how they perceive my work.
The Art in the Subway project, an initiative by the Moscow government, aims to weave transportation development into the city's cultural fabric. The project locations were chosen with 3 key criteria in mind: artist safety, unobstructed passenger flow, and clear views of the subway's architectural features.
This project was launched in June and has brought together around 250 artists. These artists almost simultaneously visit subway stations every day to create and interact. Many locals have gained a better understanding of modern art trends.
For many artists, creating art in the subway offers a unique opportunity to share their talents with a wider audience. They also have the chance to become part of city history as chroniclers of Moscow's metro life.
Now, as usual, let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.